The Rocket4D is a unique high-speed evaporation system specifically designed for very large volumes of solvent. The speed and functionality of the Rocket4D evaporator and its accessories provide significant work savings. For example, the Rocket4D can automatically process volumes ranging from a few litres up to 100 litres. The system controls the whole process, feeding the product, draining the waste, controlling temperature, preventing foaming and bumping, and stopping when complete without user interaction. The latest Rocket4DSynergy series offers the unique flexibility of interchangeable rotors, enabling processing of an even wider range of sample volumes in a single system. Replace the evaporation vessel with a removable 6-position flask rotor, and the Rocket4DSynergy will accept the full range of rocket sample handling solutions such as flasks, tubes, and SampleGenie. To concentrate or evaporate a sample to dryness, the traditional method has been to boil it. Boiling uses heat energy to convert liquid to vapor, which appears as bubbles. The problem with regular boiling is that it can damage the sample. Genevac has perfected a system that rapidly concentrates the sample without causing damage by boiling the sample at a lower temperature. Low temperature boiling is achieved by reducing the pressure in the evaporator. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade at atmospheric pressure. At 6 millibar, water boils at 0 degrees. Reduce the pressure still further and water will boil below zero, creating a freeze dryer. The temperature of a boiling liquid cannot increase above its boiling point and is therefore very stable. With just a vacuum, bubbles would still develop in the sample, whatever the set temperature. Bubbles in the sample will cause foaming, which may harm the sample or cause it to overflow. To prevent this, a centrifuge is used to create a pressure gradient in the tube and ensure that the sample only boils at the surface of the liquid. Many solvent mixtures are prone to bumping. This can also be catastrophic. Genevac's dry pure system is used to control bumping and eliminate its effects. The patented dry pure system applies a high G-force at over 500 times gravity to the samples. At the same time, the pressure is slowly reduced so as to carefully control the boiling process. All Genevac evaporators are equipped with technology to directly monitor and control the temperature of the samples inside the system, ensuring samples are not exposed to harmful temperatures. The pressure inside the evaporator is accurately controlled at all times, so as to optimize performance and ensure efficient collection of the solvent vapor in the cold trap. The cold trap recovers and condenses the solvent vapor, preventing harmful emissions. The system automatically drains into the waste container so that solvents can then be disposed of appropriately, leaving you with the perfect sample. To achieve very fast evaporation while maintaining sample integrity, Rocket4D uses a unique patented heating system. Older technologies use hot water baths or oil baths to heat the samples. Rocket4D uses steam. To ensure safety, the steam is at low pressure and low temperature, typically 40 degrees centigrade. The vessel is placed into the system and secured in place with the lid. Only the outside of the vessel is exposed to the steam. The solvents inside the vessel boil under a separate vacuum. Vapors exhaust to the cold trap via the center of the vessel. In cross-section, there are two chambers. The inner chamber where the solvent evaporates, and the outer chamber where steam is created. Deionized water is used in the outer chamber to create low-temperature steam using a vacuum which controls the boiling point of water to the temperature set by the user. To ensure that the system cannot overheat, the outer chamber is also controlled at the set temperature. Steam condenses on the outside of the vessel, but because the sample is isolated and boiling under vacuum, it remains cold. Condensed water is thrown off the walls of the vessel because of the G-force acting as it spins, keeping the wall of the vessel clear at all times. Rocket4D contains a fully optimized high-power heating system. The energy released by condensing steam is massive, yet controlled at a safe temperature and does not require high-temperature water or oil baths. Rocket4D is primarily designed for evaporation of very large volumes. The system can accept up to 5 litres in batch mode, but up to approximately 100 litres with the auto-feed option. As the solvents boil, vapours are drawn to the cold trap, which condenses the vapours to a liquid. A remote chiller is used to cool the cold trap. Alternatively, coolant from a ring main may be used. The vacuum is provided by a robust, oil-free, solvent-resistant vacuum pump. The system is supplied with methods for most applications. Simply select the appropriate method, set the control temperature and hit start. The system does the rest. Your local Genevac representative can help you optimize and load new or updated methods to your system. Using the Rocket4D is simple. In batch mode, load the 316 stainless steel vessel, fit the baffles, add the product and close the lid. Check the water level. In normal operation, the rocket will need an addition of less than 50 milliliters of water per day. Select the appropriate method and hit start. The system then controls the evaporation process, draining the condenser periodically and stopping when complete. With the auto-feed option, load the vessel into the system, place the baffle inside, close the lid and connect the product, rinse solvent and waste containers. The feed pipes for the Rocket4D easily integrate with any vessel. The system spins the vessel, using the vacuum to pull in a defined quantity of product. It rinses the feed circuit with compatible solvent to prevent product drying in the wrong place. The system then evaporates this volume of product, controlling the whole process, including dry pure, pressure and temperature. When this volume is almost dry, the system automatically adds more product. This cycle repeats, with the condenser draining periodically until the system detects that the product vessel is empty. When product is dry, the system stops. Dry samples can easily be scooped out. Alternatively, they can be redissolved in situ in a minimum volume of solvent and recovered as a concentrate. Systems with the auto-feed option can draw in a volume of the rinse solvent at the end of drying to redissolve the product. Alternatively, where solvent exchange is required, the system can be programmed to stop and a different solvent substituted in place of the rinse solvent. The solvent added, the rotor agitates for a user-controlled time to aid dissolution. Recovering liquid samples is simple with the vessel drain stand. The vessel has a drain port fitted. After use, the stainless steel is easy to clean. It can even be placed in a dishwasher. The auto-feed circuitry is all external and easily accessed for cleaning or replacement between batches. When fitted with a removable flask rotor, the Rocket4DSynergy will accept up to 6 flasks with a working volume of 400 milliliters or up to 18 ASE tubes, with options to optimize sample transfer using SampleGenie and flip-flop. Using the Rocket4D in flask mode is simple. Replace the bowl rotor evaporation vessel with the removable flask rotor and load your flasks or pucks of tubes into the rotor. Secure the inner lid, check the water level, close the outer lid and select the appropriate method. Set the maximum safe temperature for your samples and hit start. The system will evaporate the samples automatically, leaving the operator free to do other things. Dry pure, pressure and temperature are all accurately controlled by the system, stopping automatically when the samples are dry. The cold trap collects the vapours, condensing them to a liquid. You can monitor the progress of evaporation using the delta T. The strobe may also be used to directly monitor progress. When the system stops, open the lids and remove your samples. Now you don't need to choose between flask and batch feed evaporation. The Rocket4DSynergy evaporator will accommodate your process whatever the volume. For more information on the Rocket4DSynergy, contact Genevac today.